What's up, everyone? So I told y'all I was going to post a video today, tonight, and that's what I'm going to do, even though it's dark out here. So we're going to try and get in some light to where y'all can see me, but it's not about what I look like, it's about what I'm going to say. So, the thing that kind of has me a little frustrated or makes me feel like I'm underperforming is that I'm not getting the consistency that I would like. And what I did was kind of go back and look at last year compared to where I'm at this year and what we're doing this year as a business. And the crazy thing about that is when I compared the 2 years in sales and where we're at, we're so much further and more defined as a company than we were last year around this time. So to give you some insight, we last year did a total of about $1,300 in sales, and it was basically auditing jobs that, this person needs some trees cut back, or there's a ditch that they need cleaned out. And I would do these things. We had a couple house washes, some side or driveway washes, and anyways, it all totaled up to about $1,300. So this year, I felt like we were doing better, but still not getting where we wanted to be, and just feel like, almost like, man, is this even a company, or is it just me doing auditing jobs that were, the same as last year? Why am I investing so much into this when it seems like I'm not getting the return I want? And then we started actually looking at, what we did this year. So, like I said, last year we did about 1,300, and we started at the beginning of June. So it was almost halfway through the lawn care and pressure washing season where I'm at. Anyways, and it was good for what we were doing. I'm doing this part-time, so I work 50 to 60 hours a week, and then on my off days or after I get done with my full-time job, I do this. So, but to put it into perspective, this year so far, so it's the beginning of July, we have already doubled what we did last year, and a big part of that is through consistent clientele. So what I mean by that is we have someone that's getting a house wash, or maybe their lawn care, and then we're getting a referral from them if they're not consistent with their services. So we do have some. We have about 6 yards right now that we mow every single week, and that kind of brings in a big part of it, but they're all happy, and we got referrals from other people to jump on board with us. The other thing is, we've worked with a couple realtors in the company, we worked with a couple realtors in the area, and that's kind of spread into working with other realtors. It's pretty, close-knit community in the realty community. Anyways, it seems less so though. And so, we did a job where I live in the town I live in, and then they referred us to the bigger town near us, which is Nashville. So, we were able to have a job down in Nashville from this realtor that I went out and just kind of cleaned up the yard right before they had their customers move in. So, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, you're frustrated. Why is it not looking like it's coming together? But in reality, right now I'm still working my full-time job, still doing this on the side. But I have 6 people that trust me to come cut their yard every week with no issue. I have people that are getting a driveway washed, and then their neighbor is calling me a day later, or they're getting on the schedule for the same day, and we're able to kind of cut everyone a deal by doing this since we're right next door. And it's crazy to see just where we're at, and it's starting to turn into something pretty freaking cool. I'm at a point where I've turned down jobs because I just don't have the time, and it's not worth my time to do it. I'd rather spend that time with my family. And there's no amount of money that you could really offer to take the time I would spend with my family and go do a job. But it's cool to be in that position where you have created the culture and the work ethic and the results that make people come after you. Another cool thing that definitely did not happen last year was this year, we are getting calls. I've gotten, and probably in the last month, 3 or 4 calls from people that are, hey, I either found you on Yelp, or I got your name from so-and-so. So people are coming to me for jobs, which is insane to think about. I'm doing this very, very part-time, and creating such an impact on the industry that people are coming to me and getting the stuff that they want done through me instead of any other company in the area. So, listen, if you are starting a company, or you are in the middle, of you've had a company 10 years, then just sit back and look at where you're at. Compare yourself to last year. Compare yourself to when you first started. Remind yourself what the goal of starting the company was. For me, it started out as just a side hustle, just to kind of bring in money that I needed in order to just live. And I picked this industry because it's something that I love and want to do. And, it's turning into something that's crazy. I think that this year is definitely about growth. I said it at the beginning of the year. Our focus this year is growth and growing. All right, so last night when I was recording the video, my phone just died, and then I didn't have a charger to get it plugged in for, so I had to quit filming, and then I didn't start again until this morning. So yeah, that's why it was night last night and day in this part. Anyways, keep growing, just watch and see. All right, guys, so I'm gonna pick up where I left off, and that is, we set out this year, and our main focus was to grow, to become a little more stable in what we were doing, and kind of implement the I wouldn't say policies, but definitely the procedures on how we do things. So now we're not going to a property or quoting without understanding what it takes to quote. If we have a yard, we can quote it, and we can quote it accurately, very quick, in a matter of minutes. If we have pressure washing, we can really get the address and get a quote within minutes. Now, I will say the thing about pressure washing is that it's kind of, it definitely depends on your clientele. I've had some people who pay my price to get whatever it is pressure washed, and I think my price is pretty industry standard. It's not crazy high, it's definitely not low. I used to struggle with quoting too low, and I think I've gotten to a point where I'm comfortable with where we're at quoting wise, based on how long it takes and what it is that I'm doing. So we're happy with that. And I will say too, with the quoting for pressure washing, we've had quite a few people say that we were really, really high on our price. But you know, when you ask more questions and kind of dive in, it kind of goes back to upselling, and it's understanding, you know, your customer. Not that you want to upsell them, but understand what your customer wants and what they need. And you know, I had a lady not too long ago say that she wanted her house washed, and you know, I gave her the quote for it, and she said, I mean, basically laughed and said that was like crazy high, and that she had someone do it last year for half the price, and they cleaned all the windows as well. And you know, my only response is, where's that guy at this year? So you know, I think it's I can probably get a little bit better with explaining and showing the value of what we do, but I do think that someone's always going to be out there offering that $99 special to wash a house, or you know, whatever it is, and people are always going to fall for it. So you know, but either way, the point is that we are so much further along than I thought we were, because my eyes and my focus was on more, when in reality we have such a great base to build off of now, and that's what we've been working on. And now we're going to go back and fine tune that base to make sure that we have a solid foundation. So dude, if you guys are struggling or frustrated, just look back, man. I remember struggling even a year ago when we started, and now it's simple. You know, we still have ups and downs. We still have problems. The other day I had 2 things break in the middle of a job when I was pressure washing a house. But I mean, people are happy, and they're understanding about, you know, they're happy to have you there, and they're understanding when things go wrong, especially if you build that rapport in the beginning. And you know, I couldn't be happier with where we're at right now, and I think that we have a long way to go and a lot to do and a lot to improve. But you know, we are at this point in the year, we have doubled our sales from last year, and we still have the majority of the season to go. So I mean, don't stop, don't give up. Let's freaking go, bro. All right, I'll catch you guys later.